guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel where tech meets music and lifestyle in perfect harmony. It's your girl, the QA engineer by day, and you know the DJ by night, Kella the Tech DJ. If you're new to this channel, welcome. On this channel we'll talk about tech, digital roles and skills, music, my DJ career. I know that I've not posted anything related to my DJ career, but soon, very soon. So yes, we talk about these things, my lifestyle, and so much more. So welcome once again. Today we'll be talking about steps you need to take to set you up for success when you finally decided on the right tech career path for you. I know some people can get confused on what to do when they've picked like a tech career path for themselves. They don't know what to do. Don't panic. I'll give you a few steps you need to take, and I hope you follow these steps. So yes, the first step you'll be taking is researching and understanding your chosen tech career field or path. It's very important to do your research. I don't know, sometimes some people do not like to research. I don't know why. They just want everything handed to them. They just want people to just tell them or teach them everything. Do your personal research. Personal research is very, very key. It's super important. You learn things on your own. You learn about these things on your own without having to always ask questions. So yes, learn about your tech career field, the industry trend in that career path, and the things that are needed to even excel in that career path. In my own time, when I started out, of course, I don't know if you watched my last video. I talked about how I picked quality assurance engineering as my tech career path, and how I did the courses I did. Of course, I did my research. I went on YouTube. Even after I got a few materials from my friends, my mentors rather, I did my research. I went on YouTube, I went on Google, and thankfully now we have ChatGPT. ChatGPT can help you do a lot of, can help you with a lot of results and information on your chosen tech career path. So please do well to do your research. Second is identify the necessary skills. It depends on the path you have chosen. It is very, very important to identify the skills that would help you excel in the path you've chosen. Say for example, you've chosen to be a quality assurance engineer. There's some skills that are needed, and it depends. Okay, so if you want to be a manual quality assurance engineer, you have to be detail oriented. You have to have great communication. You have to have great documentation skills. You have to be a problem solver, and so on. So these skills, if you want to be a front-end developer, a back-end, obviously you need to learn some programming skills, and like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and so on. So these are the skills you need to identify them, so that you know if it is something you can actually do, or if it is, if these are skills that you can actually follow through and cultivate and learn. It's very important to identify the skills. The third is acquire relevant knowledge. So for this particular step here, or acquire relevant knowledge or training, it can also mean like getting the education needed for the career path you've chosen. That's as far as going to get a BSc or an MSc in, let's say, if you want to be a software engineer. There are degrees for that, but I wouldn't say that it is super important. Yes, I mean it's important to get the education there, but you don't have to go back to school and get a BSc. For example, if you're done with school, you don't have to go back to school to get a BSc, or you don't even have to. It's not like super important to go back to school to get a BSc or to get an MSc. You can go online and attend boot camps. You can go online and attend and get online courses, get certifications, and that can suffice for like a proper degree in, let's say, project management or software engineering. I mentioned in my last video, I studied microbiology. I did not do anything related to quality assurance or anything, but now I am working as a QA engineer. That's because I went online and I did a few courses, I did a few training online. So don't be discouraged when you hear this, or acquire relevant education. You don't have to go back to school. Just put in the work, get online get materials online, do some courses online, attend boot camps. I know some of these boot camps can be expensive, some of these courses can be expensive, but there are some scholarships right now. Like some platforms offer scholarships and even offer discounts on some of these courses. Like Udemy always offers discounts on almost all the courses very frequently. So go on these platforms and find out about scholarships or discounts on these boot camps or courses. So yes, the fourth step is build a strong foundation. So for this step, it means like you've already chosen that you want to be a project manager, for example, but you need to build a solid foundation, which means that you need to gain deep understanding of or master the fundamentals of what it means to be a project manager or a front-end developer or a full-stack developer. You need to master the fundamentals. That way you can stand out from the others. If let's say, okay, yes, you want to be a front-end developer, what are those programming languages you need to learn that will make you stand out from other front-end developers? That's why I mentioned that researching and identifying the skills necessary is very important. When you identify these skills, you cannot build a strong foundation. You've identified that, okay, as a front-end developer, you need to learn JavaScript and a few other programming language. Now you go on and build a strong foundation. Gain deep understanding. Learn these programming languages so it can help you stand out, and it can help you stand out even before like the employers and whatnot. Moving forward, we're going to be moving to the fifth one, which is engaging in practical projects. This can be personal projects, or it can be collaboration. You can collaborate with other people. Let's say you're a designer, you're UI UX designer, and you want to build a project. You can look for boarding or upcoming front-end developers, back-end developers. You all can come together and decide that you want to start a project just for learning sake. It might not be a project for business, just for learning sake, and to gain like practical experience. Engage in practical projects. This can really help you can strengthen your skills and your knowledge on the chosen tech career path, your chosen tech career path. In my own time, I did not really engage in practical project, because after I was done learning, I was lucky to get referred for a job in my own time, so I didn't really have to engage in practical project. But for say someone for a UI UX designer, it will be for a programmer, or for even a project manager or a data scientist or data analyst, it will be very, very good or very, very helpful to you to engage in practical projects. You gain hands-on practical experience, and it helps you get better and advance in your chosen tech career path. Now the sixth step I'll be giving is seek internships. Even if I know these internships are not really easy to come by, because most companies are looking for experts or people with 2-3 years experience, but there are still companies that do not mind hiring interns or entry-level candidates. You can send cold emails to employers on LinkedIn. You can reach out to them on Twitter and some other platforms. There are so many remote sites right now that have some internships on them. You can Google companies, like startup companies, and look for the CEOs or for the CTOs or for the hiring manager and send them email. Sometimes their information are always on LinkedIn. You can send them cold emails. You can send them cold messages on LinkedIn. So just try. Don't just think that the jobs will fall on your laps, or you can yes, of course you can apply. If you see internships, apply. But one of the best ways to get internships is to send cold emails to these employers, and you don't really have to put a price when you're sending an email. You can just tell them that you don't mind working for free, even if it's not what you want in the beginning. You may not want to work for free because you want to start earning dollars immediately, but show what you can do first before you start looking out for money. Yes, we know that there's money in tech and everybody wants to make money, but don't put money at the forefront when you're just beginning. When you're seeking for internships or entry level position, when you're sending these emails to these recruiters, you can tell them, I don't mind working for free for a start, and if you are impressed with my impact, then you can decide to pay me. You'll be surprised that they will get back to you. So yeah, seek internships. The 7th step is connect and network with the tech community. This step, don't miss out on it though. Attend conferences, attend tech events. Like in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, there's so many tech events. There's Lagos Tech Fest, there's there's this startup event, I can't remember the name, but there are a few of them. Try to attend them. Yes, you might not hear of them. That's why it's very good to be active on social media, because most of these things are posted on social media. Attend them. If you attend these events and network with this the tech community, you stand a chance of getting a mentor, getting job referrals and whatnot. Let me tell you something. If there's a vacancy for a job in a company, if you're referred by someone in the company or by someone else, you stand a higher chance of getting the job than someone who just applied. That is why networking is very important. Sometimes companies don't want to go through the hassle or stress of like employing the application process. Recruiters don't want to go through that steps. It's actually very, very stressful. So if you're lucky to be recommended by someone, let's say you have maybe not a friend, you can call them an acquaintance that works in the company, and they're looking for a QA engineer or a UI UX designer, and you're one. I'm sure one of the first people they'll think about is you. If you've been keeping up with them, and don't say, listen, when you're new in this tech industry, don't relax. Don't think that it will come to you. It will not come to you. You have to hustle. You have to be on your toes. Talk to people. Tell them. Go on Twitter. You can go on Twitter. Oh, hi, hello. This is my name. I am a self-taught front-end developer. I am a self-taught UI UX designer, and I'm looking for an entry-level position. I'm looking for an internship. This. You talk to people about what you do, and if you can get lucky and get an entry-level position or an internship position. So that's why networking is very important. I know some people can be very shy, especially me. I'm actually going to use that myself as an example. I can be very shy, and I sometimes don't really know how to talk to people. Sometimes, so if people come to talk to me, yes, I would talk to them, I would engage. But to actually go and meet them and and introduce myself, it is really hard. So I think in that, if you are like me, what I would suggest is, let's say if you go for one of these events, try to, first of all, look good. If you're a lady, you already know what fine girl privilege can do for you. Look good. Then try to make friends with, even if it's one person that two of you can go around together talking to these tech professionals, company CEOs and whatnot. The last tech event I went for, I met somebody, a guy, a friend of mine. I was very shy, and then I think I was looking for a job. I didn't have a job then, so that's actually one of the reasons I attended that event. And he was like, why don't you just go and meet these CEOs and introduce yourself? I'm like, it's not that easy. I cannot just walk up to them and meet them. I did not know how to do it because I'm a very shy person. So he took me. I went to meet some of these people. Oh, hi, this is Kella. She's looking for he introduced me to these people. It was really hard. So if you're like me, you can try to make friends with someone that you think can help you do that. Introduce you to these CEOs or recruiters. That can help you. So yeah, networking is super, super important. Don't sleep on it. The next step is cultivate soft skills. So these soft skills can one, help you stand out and can take you very far in your career, not just in tech, in every aspect of your life. And soft skills, examples: communication, problem solving skills, leadership skills, negotiation skills, and so on. So it depends on the path you have chosen. So if you are a product owner or a scrum master, you definitely need leadership skills. You cannot be in these positions and don't have leadership skills. It's not possible. Me, I wouldn't say I am the best. Like, I do not have the best leadership skills, yes, but I'm building it now. Ways you can cultivate those skills: go online. There are courses online there that can help you cultivate those skills. Go on Udemy, go on YouTube. There are videos that can help you cultivate those skills. Communication skills. I have great communication skills. I may be shy, but I have great communication skills. So, like I said, I don't really go on to people and talk to them, but once they talk to me, trust me, I have I have great communication skills. Although I have good I have good attention to detail skills. Like, my attention to details is very top notch, so that's why that's why I joined, or I decided to take the QA engineer part, because of it. As a software tester, you have to have like great attention to detail. It's super important. You have to have great communication skills. Super important too, because you'll be communicating a lot with developers, your project manager if you have one, your product owner, and so on. So yes, cultivate the skills. Let me tell you something. In your first interview, let's say you apply for a job and you get an interview. For most companies, the first interview is never really anything serious, never really very technical. They are trying to see the soft skills you have. They are assessing you. You can tell them, oh, I have good leadership skills. Some of these recruiters can tell if you have these leadership skills by talking to you. They can tell if you have the skills. They don't even need to. They can tell, because of course they have been recruiters for a while. They've interviewed different candidates, so they can tell candidates that have particular skills or not. So the first interview for most jobs, especially most tech jobs these days, they are usually they're not technical interviews. They're just assessing your soft skills and how well you have cultivated these skills. Team playing is a soft skill. So all these skills you have to. That's why, like I said, one of the second step I mentioned is identifying the skills, and that includes soft skills. So hard skills and soft skills. Identify all the skills that are needed or necessary for your tech career path and cultivate them, learn them. So yes, moving on to the next step, we're going to be talking about continuous learning. So continuous learning, as simple as it is, it means continuously learning and advancing yourself and the skills that you have. The tech industry is very competitive, and every day there are new trends, there are new technologies that you need to learn. Take for example, me as a quality assurance engineer. I am not yet an automation engineer. I'm still a manual engineer. But now most companies are looking for automation engineers. As an automation engineer, you need to learn to use a lot, not a lot of tools, but at least a handful of tools. There's Selenium, there's Cypress, there's Cucumber, there's Catalan Studios, there's Jenkins. There's so many of them, but some companies require you to have good knowledge of at least 3 to 4 of them as an automation engineer. Now, if you do not have these skills, people are leaving you behind. People that are continuously learning these skills, they're leaving you behind, and you are still at the point or the spot that you are, still sticking to what you know. So continuous learning is very important. You need to continuously learn the trends, the new technologies, the things that are needed in your tech career path that you have chosen to advance yourself. Continuous learning is super important. Don't stay at a spot and think that, oh, you've learned, you already know something, so you don't need to continuously learn. No, so yeah, you can take a break. Let's say you're working, you're busy, you have more than one job and it's taking all of your time. It's okay to put your all or give your all into that job, but also don't just relax and rely on all the things you know, or rely on what you know, and think that you're good to go and you don't need to learn. You don't need to keep learning, because you can never stop learning in tech. That's one thing I keep saying. The tech is like, you can never stop learning. You have to continuously learn. I don't even think like the baddest software engineer has stopped learning. I'm sure whoever he or she is, the person is still learning, because there are new programming languages every day. And you realize that the company you want to work for will require you to want to know that programming language. So you have to go and learn it. So that's why continuous learning is very, very super important. So moving on to the next step, it's setting clear career goals. You ask yourself, where do you want to be in 2, 3, 4, 5 years? So say you start as a, let me use myself as an example. I started out as a quality assurance engineer, but I look to pivot into a product role, product owner maybe. So when I started, I did not know I was going to pivot. To be honest, I did not know. So maybe when you start, you don't need to. You cannot really say that this is where you want to be. It's not okay. It's okay. It's good to have that in your head. That okay, this is where I want to be in 2, 3 years time. You want to be a lead or senior front-end developer. It's okay to have that in mind, but along the line things can change. That's life. Things change. Things change in life, so you can get to a point and realize that maybe I would like to pivot or move to something else, and that's fine. So maybe at first you can just set a career goal, a short-term career goal for when you start, and tell yourself that by the end of this year or by the end of next year, I want to have learned a few of these tools. I want to have had knowledge of these programming languages, and I do not mind being a team lead. Now, if something happens next year and you realize that maybe I do not want to do this anymore, maybe I want to pivot, that's fine. That's fine. For me, I have set my career goals. I will pivot to a product role, and in the next 3 to 4, 5 years, I would have my own tech company. I will be building my startup. So I already have that. I already set that career goal for myself, and I'm working towards it. So yes, we have come to the end, and I hope you learned a lot. I hope you're able to apply this to your present experience or situation. If you've chosen a tech career path, I hope you're able to apply it and work on it, build. Don't sleep on it. Be intentional. Be very, very intentional. Be very, 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 very intentional. My first video, I think I posted a video about a month or 2 months ago on how to pick the right tech career path for you. So if you've not even decided on the right tech career path for you yet, you can go and watch that video, and maybe that video can help you pick a tech career path for you. And when you've picked that one, you can come back to this video and know the steps that you need to take to set you up for the success. And I hope you put in the work. I hope you're intentional, and don't forget to pray about everything and anything, any step you are. If you're confused, don't forget to pray and talk to people as much as you can. Talk to professionals, talk to friends, talk to acquaintances, people in the industry who can help you and advise you. So yes, thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please like, please share, please subscribe. In my next video, I don't know what I'll be talking about in my next video. Maybe I will just post a video of me DJing, who knows. So yeah, stay tuned, because I promise this channel is going to be fun. It's not just tech or digital skills. We're going to have other things like my lifestyle, how I party, how I DJ, how I go to events to DJ. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching. Bye.